Hello everyone, good morning. Myself Muralidhar Reddy. I'm a DevOps consultant and solution architect. Now we are going to discussing about integrating Nexus with Jenkins. Let's see the demo so that you will get some idea. So for that one, right here we have a Jenkins, jenkins.techworldwithmurali.in, and also we have a nexus.techworldwithmurali.in. It is up and running fine. Okay. Now, what you have to do, right? We need to integrate Nexus with Jenkins and push that particular jar file to the Nexus. Let's see that. For that one, right? First, what you have to do, we need to install the plugins. One is Maven integration plugin. Second one is Nexus artifact uploader plugin. For that one, you can go here, Jenkins, go to the manage Jenkins. Okay. And then come down a little bit. And here you can see that plugins. And first I'm checking install plugins because I might be installed earlier. So always recommended to check install plugins. First I'm checking here Maven integration plugin. If you see here, Maven integration plugin is installed. And also Nexus artifact uploader plugin also we already installed. Okay. Now what you have to do once you're done, you need to go to the global tools and you need to configure the Maven related tool. If you go here, go to the tools, and then come down a little bit. Here we can see that Maven installation, select this one. And here what we did, we gave that Maven 3.9.9 and we have given that install automatically. And here we selected the specific version. Here you have to remember, in practice purpose, you can select the latest version, that is fine. But in real time, we won't be use the latest version. We always give the little bit older version only. Okay, we'll be use the little bit older version. The reason, right, if you use the latest version, it may break our applications. It may, the builds will be failed. Okay, we always go with the specific version. Example, we may use 3.6.3 or we may use 3.8.4. But practice purpose, I'm selecting here 3.9.9. Okay, fine. This part is clear, right? What is the next one? Next one, right? Now, here we have a user-registration application. This is the Spring Boot application. This particular Spring Boot application we integrated with the DB as well. That is the RDS MySQL. And then now what we will do, right? We will be build this one and we will be generate the jar file. Here you can see, right, pom.xml. Inside the pom.xml, it is generating the jar file. This particular jar file will be pushed to Nexus artifact 3. Okay, clear, right? Now for that one, first here we have this one, right? User-registration. This is one of the microservice. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the folder. In real time also, if you have a multiple microservices, right? Each service will be create the folder in Jenkins, and then we'll be create the one build job and multiple deployment jobs. Same thing what I'm going to do here, new item. And then here you can give it item name is user-registration. And here I'm selecting the freestyle job. It's not freestyle job. You have to select the folder. Okay. Select the folder and then you can click OK. Okay. Now it will ask, save it. Just apply, save it. Okay, fine. Now if you see here, folder is created. Inside the folder, right? I'm going to create the build job. Now you can go here, new item. And then here I'm giving that build. Remember, usually you have to give the build job only, even though if you build the code and push the jar or war file to the Nexus or JFrog artifact, right? We'll be call it as a build job only. But here for understanding purpose, just I'm mentioning that build-nexus, because build-nexus, we are building the code and then it will be generate the jar file and then we are pushing to Nexus. That's why we are mentioning that for understanding purpose, we are mentioning build-nexus. But remember, in real time, just will be give the build job. Okay, understand, right? Now you can go here. I'm selecting the freestyle job and then you can click OK. Okay, and then once done, right, what you have to do, we need to do step by step. First, we need to clone the repository and then we need to build the code and then we need to configure the Nexus to push the particular jar or war file to the Nexus. For that one, if you come here and here you can select the Git, and this is our Git repository. Just click this one and this particular repository in the private only. Just copy this, and then here you can give it. And then here it is asking that credentials. If you see here, it is throwing the error. You have to select the credentials. Last video, we already configured, right? GitHub related token. This is the one. Now you are not seeing any error. And then here, the most important, which branch? In our case, right, our branch is main branch. So here what I'm doing, I'm mentioning here main branch, or you can use that build with parameters. In our case, right, in real time, we always use the build with parameter. Same thing I'm selecting here, build with parameter, and then select the string parameter. And here I'm giving that branch underscore name. Okay. And then if you want, you can mention the default branch. Example, I have mentioned that the default branch is main only, default value, and then come down. And here I'm giving that dollar open, and then you can give it branch name. Okay. Sorry, close it. Fine. And then you can come down a little bit. Here we can see that you can come down. Here we can see the build step, and here you can add it Maven. Here you can see that invoke top level Maven targets. Select this one. And here most important, if you want, you can use the default Maven version. But in our case, we have a Maven 3.9.9. This one we already configured in the tools configuration, if you remember earlier. So you can select this one. And here goals is nothing but build life cycles. Usually in normally what we will do, we'll give that MVN space, clean space, validate, compile, test something, right? Here you don't require to mention that MVN command. Just you can directly give it MVN space. I'm giving here package. Okay, MVN space. I'm giving that package. It means it will be generated that package. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply. I'm going to save this one. Let's see. Now you can click here, build with parameter. Under the branch name is this one, main branch. Now I'm build this particular one. Here, remember one thing, guys. This particular application having RDS integration, right? So what I did here, the particular RDS is running fine. If you go and check it here, the particular RDS is running fine. You can click this one. If you see here, RDS MySQL is running fine. Okay, clear, right? If you check this one, right? Here it is generated, awesome. It is generated the jar file as well. Okay, super. Okay, you understood, right? Here you can see that jar file. Where it is stored the jar file? This is our Jenkins path, varlib Jenkins, and the workspace. Here we have a user registration. We have a build-nexus job. Inside that, we have a target directory. Inside the target directory, it is stored the jar file. It is generated the jar file inside the target directory only. Okay, place it here. Okay, understand, right? This part is clear. Okay, we clone the repository and we build the code. Now what you have to do? We need to integrate with Nexus to push the particular jar or var file to the Nexus. In our case, right, jar file, we need to push the particular one. For that one, right, here first we can go to the Nexus, and here we can see that settings, and here we can see the repositories. Here we can see that Maven releases and Maven snapshots. In our case, we are going to push our artifacts to the Maven snapshots. Now you can select this one. Here we can see, right, we can declare this particular path, and then we can push the particular jar file, that user registration jar file, right? We'll be push it to here. Currently, what I'm going to do, just I'm checking first whether is there any jar files available here. If you see here, here we have two options. One is browse option. Second one is HTML index. Just click that HTML index, and here you can see that currently we have empty because we haven't pushed anything. Okay, clear, right? Now what we will do, we will go here, go to the Jenkins job only. Okay, now go to the configure. Go to the configure, and then what you have to do, we need to configure the Nexus artifact uploader. We already installed the plugin, right? Now what you have to do, go to the build step, and here we can see that Nexus artifact uploader plugin. Select this one, and then you can come here, and here most important, Nexus version. In our case, come down. In our case, our Nexus version is Nexus 3. Now you can select here. You may get where we need to check this one. Nexus 3 is this one, right? If you see here, if you go and check it here, right? This is our Nexus 3 version. Okay, fine, right? Fine. Now you can select here whether HTTP or HTTPS. In our case, our URL is HTTPS. If you see here, https.nexus.techworldwithmurali.in. Okay, understand, right? Now here you have to select the HTTPS, and then here you need to provide the URL. What is the URL we need to provide? We need to provide this particular URL. What is that? Nexus.techworldwithmurali.in. Okay, remember, you don't require to provide the HTTPS. It is already selected, right? That's why you don't require to mention that. And one more thing, in case if you're not accessing using DNS name for practicing purpose, then what you have to do, you need to give the whether public or private IP : port number you have to mention here. But in our case, we have a DNS, right? That's why I mentioned the DNS URL. Okay, understand, right? Fine. And here most important, here you need to define the credentials. Now for that one, add and then Jenkins. And here you need to select the username with password, and then global only, scope is global only. And here I'm giving that username is admin, and password I'm giving that my password. Okay. I'm declaring the password as well. Okay, super. And here it is asking that ID. Here I'm giving the Nexus cred. Cred is nothing but credentials. Okay. And here you have to remember one thing. In real time, we won't be give the our username, password. The reason, in case if you left the organization, right, your mail ID, everything will be blocked. Then it will be impact. Second thing is we may not be give the admin level credentials. What we will do, we will be create the separate credentials, separate username, password. We can call it as a service account. We'll be create the service account. There we will be mention it. Okay, understand, right? Now you can come here. Now you can click add. Now if you see here we can see that add a Nexus cred. Now you can select this one. Now we have declared that Nexus credentials. Remember guys, I mentioned that admin level credentials. Usually in real time, we will be create a separate username and password. We can call it as a service account. We can declare that one. Okay, but practice purpose, fine. Okay, fine. Now you can here, you need to mention that group ID. Where can we get this particular group ID? This particular group ID you need to get from form.xml. Now you can go to the form.xml, and here we can see that. Here you can see that this is a group ID, this is artifact ID. What is the group ID? We are mentioning that form.murali. Usually the group ID it will be like a company name. Example, techworldwithmurali.com. It will be reverse order. form.techworldwithmurali.com Murali, or tcs.com, form.tcs, hcl.com, com.hcl, like that. Okay. Now here version. What is the version? You can go here form.xml, and here we can see that version is this one, 0.0.1-snapshot. Okay. Now you can declare this one. Don't mention that. Yeah, fine. And repository, where we need to push the particular artifact which we inside the Nexus. For that one, as I said, we are going to push into this particular Maven-snapshots. Now you can select this one, and here you can declare this one. Okay. Repository is nothing but you need to mention that Nexus repository. Here we mention that inbuilt already created repositories we mention. But some of the organizations, right, we may created our own customized repositories. There we will be pushing. Okay, clear, right? Fine. Now here we mention that, and artifacts, add, and here artifact ID. For that one, go to the form.xml, and here you can take that artifact ID, that is user-registration. Okay, declare here. And then come down, and the type, whether it is jar or war file. In our case, our type is jar, right? Here you need to mention that jar file. Okay, fine. And here file is nothing but where our Jenkins war file is available. Currently, what I'm doing here, right? I'm giving here *****.war. Okay, just to mention that this one, sorry, star.jar, right? Jar file. Okay, now you can apply, save it, whether it is taking or not. If it is not taking, right, we'll be give the full path. Okay, save it, and then build with parameters. And then here we have a branch name, main branch. Now you can click this one. Now you can check it. Let's see. Now you can click this, and then come down. Yeah, if you see here, ambient clean package, right? Package means it will be generated, and then let's see. It is going on. Okay, it is generated the jar file. Now, if you see here, it is throwing the error related. Whatever we mentioned star.jar, right, does not exist. What we will do, we will be give the full path. Here, this is our full path, right? This one. Not this one. Let me check it 1 second. Yeah, this one. Varlib Jenkins. I'm going to say declaring the full path. Copy this. Go here, and then go to the configure. Okay, come down. Here in jar file, right, just give it this one. Varlib Jenkins workspace, that particular job, build-Nexus, target jar file path. Okay, now you can apply, save it. Let's see. Now you can click this one, build with parameters. The branch name is main only. Now you can click this one. Let's see. Okay, it is going on. Okay, super. Now it is going on. Okay, everything looks good. Started, and it is generating the jar as well. Okay, it is generated the jar. Now, if you see here, it is trying to push that particular jar to the Nexus, and it is successfully pushed. Where it is pushed? It is pushed to, if you see here, nexus.techworldwithmurali.in repository. Which repository? Maven-snapshot. There we have a we mentioned that the group ID is com.murli, right? com/murli and artifact ID name and then snapshot and then the particular jar file. For that one, you can go ahead and check it here. You can go here and then you can refresh this page. Earlier it was empty, right? If you click this one, right? And here we can see that com. Why it is came com? We mentioned that group ID is com.murli, right? Com. Inside the com, we have a Murli. And then we mentioned that artifact ID, that is user-registration. Okay. And then here we mentioned that snapshot, that is 0.01 snapshot. And here we first time we are running, right? That's why here we can see that -1. Okay. Now we can click this one. And here we can see that jar file. Jar file push to Nexus. Okay. Understand, right? This is the process of pushing our jar file to the Nexus. Remember, some of the organization, they may use Nexus. Some of the organization, they may use JFrog. But you should be basic idea about how do we push our artifacts to the Nexus. Okay. Any questions now? Yeah, just we can recap what we did. We downloaded the plugins. One is Maven integration. Second one is Nexus artifact uploader. And also Nexus is running in the nexus.techworldwithmurali.in. And there we have a repository that is Maven-snapshot we took. And then first we created the Jenkins job. And then we build that. It is generated the jar file. And then we have integrated with the Nexus artifact uploader, Nexus. And then we have provided the authentication details. And we run the job. And it is working fine. And it was pushed to Nexus. Okay, now we have verified whether it is pushed or not. If you run multiple times, it will be pushed to multiple jar files. Okay, clear, right? Any questions? And here you have to remember, first thing, in real time, we always 99% we always use the build with parameter option only. Second thing, we won't be declare our credentials, our username, example Murli username, password, our password. We won't be declaring the any of the tool, not only Nexus, JFrog, SonarQube, we won't be declared. The reason, in case if you left the organization, your credentials won't be work. That's why in real time, we will be call it as a service account. It means we'll be create the common username and password will be declared. And also more secure purpose, we'll be always use the username with the token instead of using the username with password as well. Okay, clear, right? Any questions now? No, right? Fine, super. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via LinkedIn, Instagram, Telegram, and also we have a Tech World with Murali YouTube channel. You can subscribe here to get more updates. And also we have a Tech World with Murali YouTube website as well. Here I have published all the DevOps related courses. If you're planning to enroll, you can come here and enroll it. Here we have a 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year plans available. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see next video.